was making good money at it. If I could have pushed a button and said, hey, lock me into this for the rest of my life, I would. And that question always comes up with people, like, when's enough enough? And why do you keep doing this? When you're in business for yourself, as probably a lot of people that are listening to this, it's just not that easy. Like, you can't just push that button and freeze everything for the rest of your life. You're either growing or you're dying. And so I had this light bulb moment, which was, I see these hoteliers buying and selling these hotels like it was monopoly. They'd buy 20 and sell 10. And I just said, sooner or later, this company that I like a lot and likes me is going to sell this hotel. And I don't know if the person coming in is going to want me to operate the restaurant. And sure enough, in hindsight, that hotel that I started with has sold 3 times since I did that. So
wow,
that was sort of a light bulb moment. So what I did was I started looking for a restaurant that had real estate attached to it.
okay,
And very quickly found this really cool 18th century farmhouse in Duxbury, Mass, called the Sun Tavern. And it was perfect because it included real estate. It wasn't far from my house. And it also was dinner only, which to me felt like cheating in business. In other words, I didn't have breakfast, lunch, dinner, weddings, funerals, rehearsal dinners. It was just 6 nights a week, and I could sleep in if I wanted to. So that seemed a whole lot easier. And I was able to package up the business that I had built for these hoteliers and sell it back to them. The business that they couldn't stand and was losing money now had weddings every weekend and was cash flowing, and they were more than happy to take it back at that point. And
right.
so they generously wrote me a check, and that gave me the cash to then go buy that business. And this was sort of the intro to dry cleaning from me and franchising and starting it. I bought that restaurant from a guy named Larry Friedman. And Larry Friedman had been a former Martinizing dry cleaning franchisee. He had built up this network of dry cleaners on the South Shore. And he had a groundwater contamination issue. The old world dry cleaners used a chemical called PERC for short. It is now a known carcinogen. And he had $1 million cleanup, and he hated it, and he felt bad about it. He sold the business, cleaned up the space, sold the business, and said, hey, I'm going to go back and do this different. I'm going to start my own franchise. It's going to be centered on being environmentally friendly. We're going to pull people in from corporate America that are not your typical dry cleaner. And he was starting that business, which was Lapels Dry Cleaning at the time, when I bought the restaurant from him. So I bought the Sun Tavern. He took that cash, started the Lapels franchise, and Larry and I got along really well. And he was about 15 years or so older than me. And we really had this, mentor protege kind of relationship. He taught me a lot about dry cleaning. And I had this franchising background from the restaurants and hotels. I knew like quality assurance visits and brand standards and, comments from customers and getting that feedback and trying to get business coming in from the website.